When we talk about improving memory and restoring the brain's natural sharpness, most people immediately think of complicated supplements or expensive therapies. But the truth is far simpler. The brain doesn't need magic. It needs stability. It needs steady energy, consistent nutrients, and protection from oxidative stress. That's where almonds become such an extraordinary tool. These small, unassuming dry fruits carry a dense package of exactly the kind of metabolic fuel the brain thrives on, especially during the hours when you're asleep and your neural networks are most actively repairing themselves. Think of your brain as the highest energy demand organ in your body. Despite its small size, it consumes roughly 20% of your total energy every single day. But here's the catch. Your brain cannot store fuel. It relies on a steady, regulated supply of energy. The moment your blood sugar spikes or crashes, your brain feels it immediately. This is why people feel foggy, forgetful, tired, and emotionally unstable when their glucose levels swing up and down. But when you eat almonds, especially in the evening, you're helping your metabolism give the brain exactly what it needs: slow, sustained fuel. Almonds contain healthy fats, particularly monounsaturated fats, which digest slowly and provide a consistent stream of energy throughout the night. And this matters because nighttime is not a passive state for the brain. It's when the brain is most active in healing, detoxifying, organizing memories, repairing neural pathways that have been stressed during the day. When glucose is stable and energy is predictable, this repair process happens more efficiently. When energy is unstable, the repair process becomes interrupted, incomplete, and less effective. But almonds do more than provide stable energy. They actively protect the brain. One of the most important nutrients in almonds is vitamin E, a potent fat-soluble antioxidant. Most people underestimate how critical antioxidants are to the brain. The brain is made mostly of fat, and fat is extremely vulnerable to oxidation. When oxidative stress damages neurons, memory weakens, cognitive speed slows, and the risk of neurodegeneration increases. Vitamin E helps shield brain cells from exactly this kind of damage. It preserves the integrity of the cell membranes, supports mitochondrial function, and reduces inflammation that disrupts communication between neurons. Another overlooked nutrient in almonds is riboflavin, or vitamin B2. This vitamin is essential for mitochondrial energy production. Every thought, every memory, every neuron firing is powered by the mitochondria inside your brain cells. When riboflavin is low, mitochondrial efficiency drops, and your brain simply cannot perform at its best. Almonds deliver this nutrient in a natural, bioavailable form that your body recognizes and uses immediately. And here's something that surprises many people. Almonds also help regulate nighttime blood sugar through their combination of fats, fiber, and micronutrients. When your blood sugar drops too low during sleep, your stress hormones, especially cortisol, rise to compensate. This cortisol spike can interrupt deep sleep, interfere with memory consolidation, and leave you feeling tired even after a full night. Almonds help buffer this drop, keeping your metabolism calm and your brain in a state of repair instead of survival. So when you look at almonds, don't think of them as a snack. Think of them as a metabolic ally, something that nourishes your brain, protects your neurons, stabilizes your energy, and creates the ideal environment for nighttime cognitive restoration. In a world where most people are unknowingly disrupting their brain repair every night, this simple habit can become a powerful advantage. When we look at the human eye, it's easy to forget just how metabolically demanding this tiny organ really is. The retina, the delicate layer at the back of your eye, responsible for capturing light and sending images to the brain, is one of the most energy-hungry tissues in the entire body. Every second, millions of photoreceptor cells are firing, converting light into electrical signals, and sending those signals up the optic nerve. This is happening constantly, day and night, requiring an enormous amount of fuel and protection, and one of the most essential fuels for this process is healthy fat, particularly omega-3 fatty acids. That's where walnuts become one of the most powerful nighttime foods for restoring vision. Walnuts are rich in alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 that your body can convert into DHA. DHA is the exact structural fat that makes up the retina and large portions of the brain. If your retina were a building, DHA would be the bricks. Without enough DHA, that structure weakens. Photoreceptor cells become more vulnerable to stress, inflammation increases, and your ability to process light and maintain sharp vision slowly erodes. But when your diet includes high-quality omega-3s, your retina gains the raw material it needs to repair, rebuild, and stay resilient. This is especially important during sleep. Nighttime is when your retina performs most of its maintenance work, clearing damaged cells, replenishing photopigments, and restoring the energy reserves it burned through during the day. Walnuts support this entire cycle by providing a steady supply of the fats required to strengthen these visual cells. This is not magic, it's biochemistry. Cells need building blocks and walnuts supply them, but the benefits don't stop with the eyes. The same omega-3s that strengthen your retina also improve the fluidity of neuron membranes throughout the brain. A neuron's ability to send signals, receive messages, and create new connections depends heavily on the quality of fats that make up its membrane. Soft, flexible membranes conduct information more efficiently. Rigid or inflamed membranes slow everything down. Walnuts help maintain that flexibility. They make it easier for neurons to fire, communicate, and adapt. This is why walnuts are so often connected to improved memory and cognitive resilience. The brain is constantly forming and pruning neural pathways, especially while you sleep. If the eyes rely on DHA for clarity, the brain relies on it for connectivity. Walnuts support both. They enhance neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to grow, reorganize, and refine itself. That means better recall, better learning, and sharper cognitive performance. But perhaps one of the most overlooked benefits of walnuts is their anti-inflammatory effect. Modern diets are loaded with omega-6 fats, but severely lacking in omega-3. This imbalance creates an inflammatory environment inside the body that affects everything from blood vessels to neurons. Inflammation disrupts retinal function, slows nerve communication, and impairs nighttime cellular repair. Walnuts help shift that ratio back toward balance, reducing inflammation and creating a metabolic environment that allows the eyes and brain to repair effectively. And here's something important. When you consume walnuts in the evening, their healthy fats digest gradually, giving your cells a slow, steady infusion of these critical nutrients throughout the night. No spikes, no crashes, just consistent delivery of the precise materials your eyes and brain have been waiting for. So when you add walnuts into your nighttime routine, you're not just eating for vision, you're fueling the very structure of your brain. You're supporting the membranes that allow neurons to think, remember, and adapt. In a world where screen stress, poor diet, and inflammation are constantly attacking your cells, this simple, natural food becomes a profound act of protection. If there is one thing we underestimate in modern life, it is just how profoundly sleep influences our brain and vision. Nighttime is not simply a period of rest, it is an orchestrated, highly active repair cycle where your cells perform tasks that can only happen when you are not awake. And this is where figs become a remarkably powerful ally. They are more than a sweet, natural dry fruit. They are a mineral-rich metabolic support system that helps your body enter deeper sleep, quiet inflammation, and energize the very cells responsible for vision and memory. Most people walk around every day carrying silent inflammation, low-grade stress inside their cells without ever realizing how deeply it affects their brain. When inflammation rises, communication between neurons slows, the retina becomes less efficient, and memory becomes harder to access. It's not aging, it's an inflammatory burden, and figs provide one of the best natural combinations of minerals and antioxidants to calm this burden. Magnesium, potassium, polyphenols all work together to reduce oxidative stress and restore balance to the nervous system. Magnesium, in particular, is a mineral we desperately need more of, yet most people are deficient. This mineral is involved in hundreds of cellular processes, including nerve function, muscle relaxation, and mitochondrial activity. At night, magnesium acts almost like a signal to the body, guiding it into deeper stages of sleep where real repair happens. Without adequate magnesium, the brain struggles to settle, the nervous system stays slightly activated, and memory, consolidating sleep cycles, becomes shorter and fragmented. Figs deliver magnesium in a natural, food-based form that the body recognizes and absorbs efficiently. And sleep matters more than most people realize for both vision and memory. During deep sleep, the brain performs a function scientists often describe as a cleaning cycle. Waste proteins, toxins, and metabolic byproducts that accumulate during the day are washed away through a system known as the glymphatic pathway. When this system works well, memory sharpens, attention improves, and cognitive aging slows. When it doesn't, fogginess, forgetfulness, and even long-term neurological issues begin to build. Figs support this entire process by promoting deeper, more restorative sleep. Their potassium content also plays a crucial role. Potassium helps regulate fluid balance, nerve signals, and muscle contractions, including the tiny muscles that support eye movements. But more importantly, it works alongside magnesium to calm the nervous system. This reduction in nighttime stress allows the retina to conduct its own repair cycle, rebuilding photoreceptors, restoring visual pigments, and reducing oxidative stress that would otherwise accumulate. And then there are the powerful antioxidants found in figs, compounds like flavonoids and phenolic acids. These target the oxidative molecules that damage retinal cells, helping preserve sharpness and clarity. Antioxidants also protect neurons from the oxidative load created by daily stress, poor diet, and environmental toxins. Over time, this protection translates into better memory retention and slower cognitive decline. But here's something important. Figs work best at night because that is when their effects align with the body's natural rhythms. At night, inflammation naturally drops, repair signals rise, and cells become more receptive to nutrients. Figs don't force the body to do anything unnatural. They simply amplify what the body is already trying to do. So when you include figs in your evening routine, you are giving your body a rare advantage. You're fueling the minerals that deepen sleep, the antioxidants that protect your retina, and the nutrients that support your memory. In a world where most people sabotage their nighttime repair cycle without realizing it, this simple habit becomes a profound act of biological support. Your brain and eyes are always working for you. Figs simply give them the tools to work better.